Hello, my name is Jameel Azher, and today we have an exclusive test drive of the Haval H9. We're outside of Jeddah in the mountains of Asfan, and I can't wait to tell you more about this car. So let's start the test drive. The car that we have today is the Haval H9. It's the largest SUV that Haval offers. It's a 7-seater and competes against the Changan CS95, the GAC GS8, and the Mitsubishi Pajero and Toyota Prado. I bet you may be asking yourself, why did we throw in the Toyota Prado with this group? The answer is because Haval is saying that the capabilities of the H9 when driving off-road is no match for any of the competition except for the Prado and the Pajero, because it was built using the body-on-frame method, which gives it strong capabilities off-road, not to mention the impressive 4x4 system. In order to ensure high-quality production, Haval decided to take components from the world's best suppliers around the world. So they imported most components and parts for their cars from global suppliers like electric systems from the German company Bosch in Delphi, engine from the Japanese company Mitsubishi, ignition systems from Bosch, transmissions from the German company ZF, which is the same transmission used in the Audi Q7 and A8, the turbos from the American company Borg-Warner, in addition to an R&D suspension and TRW brakes and air conditioning from Honeywell, not to mention other suppliers like Eaton and Denso. The dimensions of the Haval H9 are 485.6 centimeters in length, 192.6 centimeters in width, 190 centimeters in height, and the car sits at a wheelbase of 280 centimeters. We've made a quick comparison of the H9 and its competitors in terms of wheelbase, which will now be displayed in front of you. You can see that the H9 comes in second in terms of width and wheelbase length, but it's the tallest amongst the competitors. It will be available in our market in two different trims, Comfort and Dignity. The H9 that we have today is the full option version, which is the Dignity trim level. As for the exterior design of the vehicle, the front is dominated by this massive grille. It's U-shaped and it has 5 horizontal lines going through it made out of chrome. And as we move down to the bumper of the vehicle, you see these awesome fog lights that are complemented by chrome, and integrated into it are these sensors. And as we move up to the hood has these 4 beautiful lines that make it look very aggressive, very muscular, along complemented with the inlets, which I think are also very cool looking. Overall, I think it's a very muscular design. The roof rack is chrome. The mirror lights up using a projector with a welcome message when you unlock the vehicle. The wheel size offered is only 18-inch. As for the rear of the vehicle, I think it looks very, very modern. You have this small spoiler that integrates the braking light. Moving down, you have the taillights that run vertically and wrap around to the profile of the vehicle. On the bottom of the bumper lip, you have this chrome that helps you bring in luggage so you don't scratch any of your paint. You have 4 sensors that are located on the bumper. And then below the bumper, you have a spare tire at the bottom next to the exhaust pipes. Now moving back up, we have the rear door, and I think the rear door is very special because it's one of the few cars that when you open it, it opens to the right, which you rarely see that, and I think it looks really cool. The trunk space when you lay down the 3rd row is 747 liters, and when you lay down the 2nd row, 1,557 liters. In the trunk of the vehicle, you also have this small flap And if you lift the flap, you have a small compartment and a place to store your jack in case of emergencies. On the inside of the trunk door, you have these two compartments. The first compartment storing your tools in case you need it in an emergency, and the second compartment has a first aid kit in case of if anybody is injured in the vehicle. I would like to add, to make a true SUV, you need ground clearance. And the ground clearance for the Haval H9 is 225 millimeters. Under the hood, we have a 2.0 turbo engine that gives an output of 251 horsepower, and the maximum torque is 355 Newton meters. The transmission is a ZF 8-speed auto, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 9.5 seconds. The gearbox gives higher and more efficient shifting. Though it's the same volume as the 6-speed auto, the fuel consumption is reduced by 5% using the ZF 8-speed auto. We made a quick comparison between the H9 and its competitors in terms of engine capacity, horsepower, and torque, which will now be displayed. We made a quick comparison between the H9 and its competitors in terms of fuel economy, fuel tank capacity, and the type of fuel used for each car. It will now be displayed in front of you. According to SASO, the Saudi Arabian Standards Organization, it's rated at 11.3 kilometers per every liter, and the recommended fuel type is 95. I want to add that 11.3 kilometers per every liter is considered to be good. The interior is modern and luxurious. It's perfect for people that like luxury but are working on a budget. In the higher trim, you get lots of wood. The center console features matte golden sandalwood and nice touches of chrome on the side. There is this 7.1-inch touchscreen featured in the center console. The instrument cluster houses a colored 3.5-inch screen which displays images in 3D. Ambient lighting gives the driver and passengers the ability to choose the highlighted colors in their cabin. There are 3 colors available. The air purifier reduces the amount of odors and pollution that enters the cabin. This ultimately improves the air quality in the car. The front row has great leg and headroom, 70 centimeters of legroom and 102.5 centimeters of headroom. Second row has 75 centimeters of legroom and 102.1 centimeters of headroom. The third row is more suitable for kids than for adults, but it's not bad. 70 centimeters for legroom and 90.3 centimeters for headroom. Storage space in the front row including side pockets, cup holder, and a storage box in the center console. Not to mention the storage place for your sunglasses up here. In the rear, the storage units include cup holders, side pockets, and seat pockets. The third row only has cup holders. The second row can be folded 40-60, which will be shown by my production team. This is it all the way flat. The third row can be folded 50-50 by simple press of the button. The second row seats can be manually operated by pulling the lever on the bottom and adjusting it, as you can see. Now let's talk about the seats. They're offered in Napa leather. A lot of people in our region always ask, what is Napa leather? So I'm here to explain. Napa leather is real leather made from cow hides, and other leather is manufactured leather. That's why Napa leather is more expensive and in premium cars. Now back to talking about the seats. The driver's seat can be adjusted by using 8-way power seats with the ability to set up to 3 seating positions in memory. The front passenger has 6-way power seating. The front seats come ventilated with massage and legroom rests. The AC is tri-zone automatic. The tri-zone makes it so that the AC can be controlled independently for the driver, front passenger, and the rear seats. The infotainment system can be utilized from a 7.1-inch touch screen. This system does not support Apple CarPlay, nor does it have navigation, which I understand is because the Chinese market doesn't have these features and they're not really functional just yet. But now they're going to integrate it. I think Haval should remedy this situation quickly. Available features are the CD player, which I think is kind of weird. We don't typically tend to see CD players in cars anymore. You also get an aux input and USB ports. The sound system has 10 speakers throughout the car to give the driver and passengers the best sound quality available. The standard version is offered in 7 speakers. An SD card slot is also available. The side mirrors can be folded electronically, which include front and side airbags for the first 3 rows, auto-dimming rear view mirror, 4 front sensors and 4 rear sensors, rear view camera, driver attention monitoring system, and remote window control. Let's not forget about the panic button on the key so that you can find your car if you ever lose it in a parking lot. Among the many safety technologies that are in this car, I'm going to name a few so that you guys get an idea of what's actually in this car. You have AFS, which is Adaptive Front Lighting System, blind spot detection, lane keep assist, which uses a radar that detects moving objects on the left and right, CTA, cross traffic alert, utilized by a radar sensor that detects moving objects behind the car or around the car, and lane departure warning. The Haval H9 has a whole host of technology features that I'm also going to add more to. You have a tire pressure monitoring system, ABS, assisted braking system, EBD, electronic brake force distribution, and TCS, traction control system. Now let's get to the fun part, the off-roading technologies. You have ESP, your electronic stability control, HAC, hill assist control, RMI, HDC, hill climb descent control, EDL, your electronic differential lock, and a smart electronic 4x4 system, which is your auto high, your 2 high, your 4 high, and your 4 low. Front collision warning system with an auto emergency braking system. You have 6 driving modes to enjoy your journey in the H9. These driving modes are 4L, Mud, Sandy, Snowfield, Sport, and Auto. The 4L is a tougher off-roading experience and gives more torque to conquer any challenge. Mud prevents the car from sliding and sends the torque to the right tire to keep the car moving, ultimately giving you more traction. Sand mode prevents you from getting stuck in the sand using a smart system. Snowfield mode, which we're not going to use very much in our region, controls the engine, performance, and gearbox to give you the best performance on snow. Sport mode is for dry roads and high speeds so that you enjoy your ride to the fullest when you're on concrete. Auto mode is for smooth drives on dry roads. Let's get down to my driving impressions. The car has a front double suspension. It absorbs any unwanted forces from the road and gives the driver and passengers the most comfortable ride possible. The multi-link suspension in the rear allows for a steady ride on the roughest of roads. It guarantees a safe drive and provides comfort when you need it the most. This can be really seen especially during accelerating and braking. The interior is very quiet at high speeds. Haval has great noise isolation in the cabin so that you don't hear very much of what's going on outside of the car. This is very competitive, especially when considering the same level of quietness can be found in luxury SUVs. We made a quick comparison between the H9 and its competitors in terms of price and warranty offered by the dealer. It will now be displayed in front of you on your screen. One of the key features in this car is that the differential can be locked. This makes for an incredibly epic and fun off-roading machine. It gives you access to a lot of areas that your typical city SUV doesn't have access to. And it performs very well in these areas. I hope you enjoyed today's test drive. For more information, please visit our website at www.saudiauto.com.sa. And don't forget to follow us on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, to stay up to date with the latest and greatest in the automotive world. And thank you for your time. Now I'm going to get in this Haval H9 and explore these mountains. So adios, muchachos.